Hi, I'm Michael Cerverus, and you are watching WYES TV, Channel 12 right here in our sweet home, New Orleans.
Good evening, I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Bob Johnson, President and General Manager for the Ernest and Morial Convention Center, here to discuss NOLA Christmas Fest. Good to see you, Bob. Welcome to our table.
Thank you for having me.
Hi there. Poppy Tooker, host of the WWNO radio program, Louisiana Eats. Hello.
Hi, Peg.
And it's been 2 years, far too long. Guitarist Spencer Bohren here to perform for us, anticipating his Christmas spectacular at Snug Harbor next week. Good to see you, sir.
It's a pleasure, always.
Hello, absolutely, for us too. And Steppin Out theater critic, Alan Smason, who is also editor of the Crescent City Jewish News. And you may notice that we are all decked out, our Christmas decorations here, thanks very much to designer Nan Dupuy of RDS Events and Concepts and Design. And also, we'll be talking more about Michael Cerverus, who was kind enough to give a good shout out at the beginning of our show. But first, Poppy.
Well, you know, this weekend is the Letcher Festival of the Bonfires. So if you want to get a little jump on that bonfire fun instead of Christmas Eve, and you're going to head up the river, I strongly suggest that you stop in at the Truck Farm Tavern on River Road in St. Rose. And actually, Peggy, we rendezvoused there last Saturday.
We ran into each other. It is so charming.
It's so close.
It doesn't take long to get there.
It took about 25 minutes,
yes.
really.
Yes.
It's just that first 610 exit. You get off, you're on an airline, you take that first left-hand turn, and you're at
right
the River
past
Road.
Kenner. Right past Kenner.
Right there. So the food is fantastic. Now, the chef, of course, is Brack May, who has Cowbell on Oak Street. So, oh God, he was there. It was a gorgeous afternoon. He showed me the whole outside. It's a fantastic venue for private parties or anything. And the food is out of this world. I had a crispy chicken liver skewer with bacon biscuit and fruit preserves. There was a plate of woodblock house sausage on a stick, smoked chicken. Oh my God, it was the best shrimp and grits I may have ever eaten in this lifetime. And so then look at those smoked, yum.
Yes.
And then James Leslie has been their pastry chef since he was up at Cowbell, where he was practically working in a closet. Now he's got his own pastry kitchen, and he's doing fruit pies, sweet potato pies, red velvet ho-ho, cheesecake with fruit compote that Brack's brother makes, and this is the one that really got me, fruitcake ice cream.
I was just about to say, I wanted to make sure you included that, and peppermint ice cream too.
Oh,
so
it was
talk
so
about
good.
'Tis the season or any time. Huh?
Now, they're open Monday through Thursday until 7 and Friday nights until 8, but they're only open until 3 o'clock on Saturdays, and they're not open on Sundays. So consequently, go on the way to the bonfires, not on the way back. And then, if you're in the mood for a little excursion during the holiday season, because you know I'm going to miss you all terribly, but I am going to Havana with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band this Monday, and I won't be here again till the new year, but go to Gulfport, okay? There is a restaurant in Gulfport, unlike, well, it's comparable to the best anywhere in the city of New Orleans. It's called Corks and Cleaver Wine Bistro. It's in downtown Gulfport, and the chef partners are Chef David Dickensage and his partners Kimmy and Joey Homrighausen. Hard German name. Oh my goodness. Okay, that David, he's got some serious chops. I'm not even going to run you through where he has worked. Let me just suffice it to say he has worked with Thomas Keller at Per Se in New York City. And his food is unlike anything I've had anywhere. Ash-cured beef belly tartare with crisp prosciutto cracker, bone marrow aioli, with fried capers, truffled egg yolk, smoked crawfish boudin. I mean, this is like the food porn to the max. Foie gras, dirty rice, fermented greens, gumbo consomme, don't even know what that is, and duck fat aioli. Sadly, I do know what that is. I had a burrata salad with a truffled egg yolk cream, baby fingerlings, candied beets, Brussels sprouts, all these yummy things. Brown sugar 5-spice duck breast, foie gras, and this is when it gets really dirty, sweetbread dirty rice, fermented greens, pumpkin puree, and lingonberry jam. Oh my goodness gracious, what can I say? And now for something local. Because if you're looking for a great holiday place to dine or anytime, you've been telling me Brown Butter Southern Kitchen and Bar
City, baby.
on North Carrollton, and it's important for people to know it's right there on that corner of Carrollton and Bienville. So it's in a little mall
Across
there.
from Payway.
The food is incredible. They have specials like Virginia oysters with melon sorbet and ghost pepper caviar. Again, do you think I like beef tartare? There was some beef tartare with potato crackers, marrowbone, and seasonal jam. Scallops and pork with truffles, butternut squash puree, wild mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, and pomegranate. And oh my goodness, that was the farro risotto with mushrooms, parmesan, and butternut squash. It's just off the hook delicious. And they're serving lunch Tuesday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday they have brunch. And oh my goodness, go. I'm sorry I waited so long.
I've been there for lunch, I've been there for dinner, I've been there for brunch. Really.
Oh, they told me you
Brussels
were a regular.
sprouts to the max. No, I am a regular. Thank you so much, Bobby.
Thanks, Peg.
Okay. You must like Christmas, Bob. That's all I can think about because you're doing this NOLA Christmas Fest at the Convention Center.
I'm sorry, I have to go get something to eat.
That's right. Very, very hungry these days.
Yeah, we this is our second year with NOLA Christmas Fest. We're very, very excited about it. It really is part of the Convention Center's strategic initiative to actually create and own some events that are here every year. We don't have to worry about other cities bidding for them. And it's something that we wanted to do in periods in New Orleans where there's lower occupancy rate, lower tourism. And so we created NOLA Christmas Fest to fill in that period between the first week before Christmas and the week after, to give families and kids that are out of school some place to go and have a lot of fun, get together as families. And so NOLA Christmas Fest this year is more of a come and do festival. The highlight is going to be this year an ice skating rink.
Mr. Bingle. And the ice skating rink too? Oh, wow.
So this year we have an ice skating rink, real ice. The rink size is about 100 by 80. So there's plenty of room for folks to come out and skate. If you've never skated before, it's a trip. You have to do it. In fact, it's more fun to watch people trying to skate for the first time than it is actually doing it.
Oh, that would be my speed.
Yeah, so we're very, very excited this year to have the ice rink. There are traditional amusement rides. There are inflatables. There's kids' activities and crafts activities for kids. So there's something for everybody. We really look forward to having a big crowd this year. Part of the effort is to attract more people downtown and to make New Orleans as a destination, a real holiday destination, both for the city and the region.
We're for that. And you have a lantern parade next week?
There's a kids lantern parade. That's on Thursday night. That's going to kick off about 5 o'clock, and the kids, I don't know how many have registered yet, but the kids have a traditional European Christmas lantern, and they walk down the street in this Christmas parade. They're going to end up at the Christmas Fest and kind of have an unofficial opening. They get to go in and preview the ice rink and the amusements. But then it opens on Friday night, the 18th, next Friday night. And we're open on Christmas Eve and we're open on Christmas Day. So people can check out the website for the details on times and admissions.
Well, one of the things I think most people would have concerns about is parking, but I understand if you go to NOLAChristmasFest.com, you can check on the discounted parking.
Yeah, we have arranged for discounted parking all around that area,
Yes.
so parking should not be a problem, and we really hope folks will come downtown and
Great.
take
And
advantage.
I have a PS because, and we'll talk more about this next week from a theater standpoint, but I think it's so wonderful of you to do partnerships. And I understand, let's see, it's the NOLA Voice Talent Foundation's doing It's a Wonderful Life over at the Convention Center on the 20th.
It's their 7th year, I think, of doing it.
Yeah, so the fact that they're doing it in conjunction with you all, that's extra special. But thank you so much. Glad you're here.
Thank
okay. And, New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen, Julia Street, has a question for us. Last time Lori Volk Hopi named the town in north-central Louisiana that has long been known for its downtown Christmas decorations and the body of water that runs through it, Natchitoches and Cane River Lake, of course. Now tonight's question. There are two full-service casinos in Jefferson Parish. What are they, and in what towns are they located? Email your answers to steppinout@wyes.org. Our prizes: a year's subscription to Louisiana Life magazine and the book Christmas in New Orleans by me and John McGill, and the book New Orleans Mardi Gras Moments by me and photographer Judy Bertoni from my little Santa sack, right? And both by Pelican Publishing. And you can visit WYES.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events, and you can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to visit our show and see our show, all of it at WYES.org. Now we move over to Mr. Spencer. It's so nice to have you back. You are usually a traveling guy all over the world, all over the country, but you're at home for Christmas, and next week you've got some fun things going on.
Next week we have my 19th annual, I can't even believe this, Snug Harbor Christmas concert. And I always have 12 guests, 12 guest spots. A guest could be anything from, say, my son Andre, who plays classical piano every year, or it could be a 6-piece choir. That would be one guest, but there will be a dozen guests, each doing 2 songs with me over the period of 2 sets at the Snug Harbor. And it's always really fun. Christmas songs are optional, so it can get kind of like, we had a guest last year who was 10 years old, Debbie Davis and Matt Perrine's son. He played Highway to Hell, for instance.
An eclectic bunch,
we're not really, we're not really bolting down the Christmas thing. But what I just kind of assume that musicians have a gift that not everybody gets to have, so we're opening them and sharing them with everybody. And it's really been fun.
And we should point out that it's the 10 o'clock show that is available, because it looks like the other one earlier sold out. Also, Rory Danger on the 19th at
Rory
Siberia.
Danger. Rory Danger. If you don't know about Rory Danger yet, it's 7 or 8 of us, including many of your friends, and we're all professional musicians, and we all have our own worlds. But we change our names because this band is so adventurous, and we have families to protect. Aurora Nealon, the great soprano saxophonist Aurora Nealon from the Royal Roses, just played in Carnegie Hall this year. But she is Rory Danger, and she does her hair into this rockabilly swirl and wears cat's eye glasses, and we will follow her off a cliff.
And we are so excited. We will let you move over to the other side of the studio for a little bit of performance. Let us hear from Mr. Spencer Boren. And you saw his latest CD right there on the cover. Please come home for Christmas.
Bells will be ringing, the sad, sad news. Whoa, what a Christmas to sing the blues. My baby's gone, I have no friends to wish me greetings once again. Choirs will be singing Silent Night, Christmas carols by candlelight. There'll be no more sorrow, no grief, no pain. Yes, it's Christmas once again. Friends and relations send salutations, sure as the stars shine above. This is Christmas, yeah, Christmas, my dear. That's the time to be with the one that you love. So won't you tell me you'll never more roam? Christmas and New Year's will find you home. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. Yes, it's Christmas once again. Please come home for Christmas. Please come home for Christmas. Merry Christmas once again.
Spencer. And once again, don't miss Spencer Boren next Thursday at Snug Harbor. Go to spencerboren.com for details. And now it's time for our weekly artist spotlight. Tonight we're featuring a new creation. The first is a mosaic table by Noka alum Ruby Troiano, titled Ponderance. Ruby's father is woodworker Poi Troiano, making her a second-generation artist. She's one of the artists who will be featured at this week's Five Press Gallery Night Art Market tomorrow night from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Press Street Gardens. Visit their website for details. Next, a notebook by Liz Mote Cook of Lionheart Prints. And look at that, that's darling. She made that, gee. And these children's outfits are designed by Laura Arnett McPhail of Monkey Hill Apparel. Their works and more will be available at the 12 Days local rotating pop-up shop, where a different local company will be featured each day through December 22nd from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 3905 Magazine Street. You can search 12 Days Local on Facebook to see the schedule. And a correction, Jean Bragg Gallery is open and alive and well. And Susan Sayward is the new proprietor. We had said that it was going to be closing briefly and reopening. It is open for business. And artist Jeannie Detweiler will be displaying her artwork at the Piety Street Art Market tomorrow from 11 to 4. And she has a show opening tomorrow night at Bow and Noodle Restaurant in the Marigny. Now, Alan.
Hey, well, Toni Morrison wrote The Bluest Eye, which was her first novel when she was still a student in college and raising 2 children as a single mother. Basically, this is a tale of prejudice and a desire for acceptance and tolerance. It takes place in 1941 and 1942 in Lorain, Ohio, but it could be really set anywhere in the Midwest or possibly in the Northeast in a small town. Lydia Diamond wrote this adaptation from the novel. It's a powerful work that shows prejudice not only against but within the African-American community, and it really still exists today, believe it or not. Pecola is played by Constance Thompson. She is both confused and hurting. Her father, Choli, played by D.C. Paul, is both abusive and alcoholic. And she sees how white-skinned, blue-eyed people are readily accepted, yet in her case, there is a certain amount of self-loathing at being dark-skinned and dark-eyed. And she's raised in a foster home. She becomes friendly with Claudia and Frida, her sisters-in-arms, if you will, played by Sharon Purvis and Destany Smith. And they express their dislike even for a light-skinned, high-yellow girl named Maureen Peel, whom they denigrate with a less-than-becoming name, especially after she shows her true colors, as it were. But to Pecola, beauty is only skin-deep, truly. Idella Johnson also plays Pecola's mother, who is a victim. There's also a dark side to the relationships that are there with young and innocent Pecola as she becomes a victim of both incest and sexual abuse. Now, also, D.C. Paul as Choli and Constance Thompson as Pecola deliver very, very powerful performances. And I really would recommend this very highly for people to check out and try to find out a way to see how Pecola tries to find acceptance and a change in her physical appearance that she feels will make her more acceptable. And again, this raises a lot of questions. It is a show for adults. It has a lot of adult themes in it. Also, a very nice set design by Bill Walker. I'd recommend you get to see this through December the 20th at Le Petit Theater. Now, meanwhile, the national tour of Sister Act was here just 2 years ago, so many of you may still remember it at one of the openings of the Sanger Theater. The music is by Alan Menken and incorporates a lot of soul from the 70s and a lot of gospel music into its fabric and the retelling of the comic film that was done with Whoopi Goldberg. Whitney Mixon plays the lead role of Dolores Van Cartier. She's a nun on the run, as it were. She's forced to seek refuge in a church and convent outside of Philadelphia. Now, Janet Shea plays plays a masterful performance as the Mother Superior, and I must say her singing and acting skills really rise to the top of the show. And Mixon has the more difficult numbers and does a credible job, but I still felt that there was a little bit of tentativeness on her part. Nevertheless, the other sisters are led by Claire Conti as Sister Mary Lazarus, all doing a really good job, and especially in Raise Your Voice, which is probably the best number in the whole show. Also, another voice of merit is Bethany Fagan. She plays Sister Mary Robert, who changes from a shy, timid wallflower into a self-assured novitiate. Also, Jimmy DeMontlis has some shtick as Monsignor O'Hara, as does Robert Fascio, as playing Curtis, the mobster Dolores is running from. Again, Sister Act plays Saturday, December the 12th, and Sunday, December the 13th at the Jefferson Performing Arts Center. It's a great venue and a lot of fun, and they do have a couple of little things there that might not be for the best of the younger set, but I think that any kids who are older than, let's say, high school age will certainly enjoy the show. Also, at the Always Lounge and Theater, and based on, I guess, the success of the Threepenny Opera, Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill tried to come up with what they thought would be a way to recapture lightning in a bottle again the following year. But unfortunately, it had a little bit of a problem. Happy End is a tale based on a book by Elizabeth Hoffman that was also based in part on Major Barbara by George Bernard Shaw. The book proved to be a disaster. Elizabeth Hoffman based some of it, as I mentioned, on Major Barbara, but she really didn't even have the book written, apparently, when the show opened. But they're doing it now at the Always. The original only was playing for 7 performances before it closed. It did make a revival in the 50s and did make it to Broadway eventually in the 70s. This is a production, the Always Lounge, directed by Dennis Mann, with Harry Marone, with the Salt Wives as his musical component. He's the musical director, and they play all these wonderful songs on different instruments. It's really quite cleverly done.
The music is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. The music is quite nice. Aside from the Bilbao song, there is a really noteworthy song. It was performed on our show, Surabaya Johnny. It's sung masterfully by Pandora Gaslam as Lillian Holiday. She plays against Levi Easterly, who plays Bill Cracker, the gangster set in Chicago's 1919 gangland area. The gang is run by Fly, by the way, played by Elise Manning, along with would-be leader Governor, also played by Chris Weckland. The other henchmen of Ratty Skirvix and Owen Ever and Dr. Sick all have really interesting names like Reverend and Babyface. They do well with the comic timing. The book is, though, a little bit limited. I'm glad that I did get to see this because it is an important show. Kurt Weill music, of course, Bertolt Brecht, really lovely. I doubt it will make a repeat performance, though, because, again, as I say, the book was a little bit more limiting. And they don't forget now, this Monday night, something very important. Mark Cartali Productions will be opening the doors of NOCA again to present 2-time Tony winner Michael Cerveris, the New Orleans resident that we've come to know and love. Michael, along with Sirius XM Radio, Seth Rudetsky, will answer questions. He'll be singing songs, and his many musical appearances on Broadway will include Fun Home, where he played Bruce Bechtel, and John Wilkes Booth in Assassins, and he'll no doubt reprise songs from his title roles of Tommy in Sweeney Todd, as well as Juan Perón in Sweeney Todd. Tickets are still available.
All right. And now our picks. Bob, once again, that website. NOLA Christmas,
NOLA Christmas Fest. NOLA Christmas Fest.
My favorite.
I was enthralled by listening to the review.
I know. I was processing all of that. But NOLA Christmas Fest.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
Poppy.
If anybody's still looking for a personalized copy of the Tujague's cookbook, I will be signing at the Preservation Resource Center Holiday Boutique, which takes place at Trinity Church tomorrow between 1 and 2. I'll be signing.
Spencer, your website one more time.
SpencerBohren.com, BOHREN.
Okay, Alan.
Harold Gervais is directing the latest radio drama by Ren French, as remembered in the successful Clifton Monroe series of plays. The last show of Crescent City Christmas is tomorrow night.
All right, okay. And now my picks. Oh my goodness, look who's here. Gee, here's Santa. He is reminding us of the 5th annual running of the Santas. Hello. Good to see you. It's a pub crawl and it's a festival. And it's going to take place in the Warehouse District tomorrow. And registration begins, and the doors open at 11 o'clock. There he went. He's the running of the Santas. And this year, South Pole is the Rusty Nail, where there will be live music. Floatrop's going to be playing later on, then at Generations Hall. Lots of holiday drinks. You see all the information. And it's going to be a 4-block fun run, and the party moves to the North Pole at Generations Hall with live music by category 6, and as we said, 6 rather, and Floatrop. Tickets start at $25. check out runningofthesantas.com. Click on New Orleans. Here are some photos of homes featured on Preservation Resource Center's 40th annual holiday home tour. The tour will take place in the Garden District. That's tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Headquarters at Trinity Episcopal Church on Jackson Avenue. Look at that. It's really a fun thing to do, and it's so important to raise money for prcno.org, the Preservation Resource Center. And I am wearing, and here is the 2015 adornment. Look at that, by Mian Faget. This year featuring Gaillard Hall. And it comes on a silk cord, I should say. I put a silver one on here. And it's just $35. It can be found at their stores or at their website. And proceeds go to renovate Gaillard Hall. So check that out and check out that beautiful, beautiful memento. And also, St. Louis Cathedral. Look at this. It's a gingerbread scene in the lobby of the Sheraton New Orleans, designed by executive chef Mark Whitney and his pastry team. And the Tennessee Williams Festival, New Orleans Literary Festival, they have an online auction, and it'll take place through December 19th. Visit 501auctions.com/TWFest, and you can do all kinds of shopping. And by the way, it's now time to hear from Mr. Spencer Boren at the very special turn on Don't You Just Know It. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.
Santa Claus is coming, so you better be good. Be nice to the people in your neighborhood. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, oh. Gooba, 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 gooba. Ho, 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 ho.
Don't you just know it?
You better make it quick so your mama don't know.
Don't you just know it?
Ho, 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 ho. Hey, oh.
Hey, oh.
Gooba, 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 gooba.
Gooba, 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 gooba.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Hey, jingle bells and silent night.
Don't you just know it?
You got to find